Now, while we're here, I think this is a great excuse to show you how to use the outliner and how to organize your animations, because when you're working on large projects, organization is key to know where things are and what things to look for at what time. So the outliner, as you can see, is this one, as I showed you in the beginning episodes. Right now we have objects listed as the names here and the icons, and these are the same things as here. For example, if I select Suzanne, I'm going to select the monkey. If I select the point light, I'm going to select this one, which is a copy of this one because it has 001 next to it. If I select the other point light, I'm going to select the original one, and so on. And now these things are organized into collection. This collection is like a folder in your PC, and this is a great way to organize it. Now I'm going to show you how to create different collections, how to color code them, change the colors, and how to organize things into different collections. So right now, what I see in here, we have different categories. So we have a camera, we have lights, and we have objects. Now what I like to do is move my camera and lights inside the same collection and call it something like studio. Now I want to take my objects and move them in different collection. And if I import a Minecraft map in the later lectures, I want to move that map inside the collection called map, and so on. So now let me show you how to do that. First way is, for example, select an object, go inside the viewport, not in the outliner, but inside the viewport. Press on M. Now I can create a new collection over here. So press a new collection, and then let's name this objects. Now I can press on enter, and I can press on enter again or click on create. So let's press on enter to confirm. And now you can see the outliner. I have a whole different collection created. Now if I want to expand the collection, I can click this. If I want to collapse it, I can click this arrow. Same thing goes for the first collection. I can collapse it or expand it. And now if you imagine, if you have a lot of collection over here, you can stay organized. And if you have a lot of collections down here, you can go on this edge, left click and drag down, and you can shrink or expand the outliner by your liking. I'm going to expand the outliner for now to something like this. Now again, I'm going to select this cube, and there are two ways I can move this cube inside the objects collection. I can either press on M and then move it inside the objects collection. Now the cube is here. Or I can either Control Z this, go inside the outliner, expand this, and now I have this cube here. But instead I want to move it here, so I can simply take this and drag and drop this inside this collection, and then boom, that's it. Now, again, I want to move my camera and point light and all the other lights inside Studio. So I'm going to select my camera, Shift select the point light, Shift select another point light, press on M, press on New Collection, and let's name this Studio. Or you can name this whatever you want. Press on Enter twice, confirm, and that's it. Now we have three collections. This first collection doesn't have an arrow next to it anymore because there are no objects, so it's basically empty and we don't need to collapse or expand the menu. But we can collapse and expand menus with object and studio. Now a super cool thing I want to show you is if I left click and drag down, I can actually drag a lot of collections at the same time. I can actually collapse a lot of collections at the same time. If I click this and drag down, it's going to do the same thing for all of them. I can do the opposite, so I can expand a lot of collections. Click this, expand this, drag down, and then expand this as well. I can do the same thing for the collections because collections store a lot of data inside them, so I can expand them like this, or click, drag down, and shrink them. So that's a pretty cool way to collapse or expand different menus inside Blender. Now, all of the collections are default white color, and there's actually nothing wrong with that. You can keep them like this, but I usually like to color code them, apply different colors so that I can locate them easily. Now, let's say I want the studio to be yellow. I can actually right click, hover over the collection, right click. Now, if I scroll down, I have a bunch of different colors here. So I can select the yellow and then turn the studio to yellow. Now, if I want the objects to be something different, I can actually right click and then turn this to something like a brown color, for example, dark color. And that's it. Now you can see the collections are color coded. And if I, for example, I'm working here and I don't know where my camera is, I can actually expand the studio, select the camera. And now if you remember, I can press on F, and then it's going to zoom in on the camera and orbit on the camera. If you don't have it set to F, I think you're going to have the numpad period. And you can click on numpad period to zoom in front of a character. I can do the same thing for an object. Click on Suzanne, press on F, and then find Susan, and that's it. And there are many use cases of Outliner, but that's one of the main ways I use it. I use it to create different collections, which act as folders, and I take the objects and drag and drop them inside different collections so that I stay organized. And that's one of the reasons I like to use the outliner, but you don't have to keep the outliner expanded like this. You can actually shrink it and then pay more attention to the viewport, the timeline, and the properties as well.